continue to follow the border crisis beyond our own border.
Yeah, cities like New York and Chicago are running out of resources with the number of people that are arriving there, and migrants are now looking at other cities that could potentially help.
One of them is Detroit, Michigan, where KGUN 9's Adam Klepp reports from outside a city shelter running out of room.
All right, Brian, and now to the latest on the turmoil in Afghanistan. Right now, up to 200 Americans and hundreds of U.S. allies remain in the country. Meanwhile, Michigan is preparing to welcome hundreds of refugees from Afghanistan. Michigan's largest nonprofit human service organization has announced it's forming the Afghan Refugee Network. It will be aimed at helping refugees with housing, food, clothing, and shelter.
The Metro Detroit area is gearing up to welcome thousands of Afghan refugees over the coming months, but this is not the first time Michigan will be hosting a resettlement program. In fact, in the last decade, Michigan received the fourth highest number of refugees in the United States, behind Texas, California, and New York.
Michigan is encouraging residents who can to welcome migrants into their homes to help integrate them into society. It's a consistent theme. Michigan, like many states, is experiencing an influx of migrants in major cities, traveling north from the southern border as they await asylum claims.
We're less than 2 hours away now from a new chapter in the crisis at America's borders. A policy known as Title 42 is about to expire. Jacqueline Francis live tonight after talking with an immigration attorney who says some migrants are headed for Michigan. Right, Jacqueline?
As thousands of children attempt to cross the southern border each month, Catholic Charities in West Michigan is expanding its programming to serve unaccompanied migrant youth.
They're predicting chaos at the border as a Trump-era policy known as Title 42 is set to end later this week.
A local immigration attorney is preparing to help Michigan families. Fox News' Dave Kinchett joining us live. And Dave, what can we expect when Title 42 is over?
Well, we are less than 60 minutes away from a new chapter in the crisis at America's borders. A policy known as Title 42 is about to expire. The COVID-era policy allowed the U.S. to kick migrants out quickly due to public health concerns. Well, now as the public health emergency ends, so does Title 42. So that's giving new hope to thousands of migrants looking to get into the country, but putting pressure on security and resources here in the United States.
Deb Drennan is the CEO for Freedom House Detroit. It's located in Southwest Detroit and currently housing dozens of people from all over the world seeking asylum in the U.S. and they're prepared to accept asylum seekers from Afghanistan.
In the last decade, nearly 31,000 refugees from 52 countries resettled in Michigan alone, and most of them are still scarred by their tragic stories.
Resources are stretched thin. Detroit shelters, for example, are over capacity. The city resorting to migrant transfers, sending them to hotels or other shelters with room. Their latest call for help, directly asking residents if they can open their doors to ease the influx.
Soon, Catholic Charities West Michigan will be welcoming in migrant children as part of their brand new transitional foster care program. The goal is to help these youth begin their journey in the U.S. on the right foot.
Since October, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol has encountered more than 81,000 unaccompanied minors at the southern border.
As towns along the southern border are preparing for a surge of migrants in a matter of hours, Detroit-based immigration attorney Herman Dade says Michigan will also feel its effects. Even with Title 42 in place, migrants have made their way to Michigan, especially those with friends and family living in the state.